This is video 3 of a series showing controlled and uncontrolled or accidental floods of the Delta and the history of them. I had just been saying how the state is very much in control of water flows using dams and weirs, and when there's excess water in the Delta, they have ways of transferring the water in other directions, and for that reason it is very unlikely there will be an accidental flood in the Delta. However, there is very high likelihood of some controlled floods coming up in the Delta. We've talked about this McCormick-Williamson Tract area, and I want you to look now at some historical documents to show you why I believe in the very near future we might see Staten Island, Webb Track, and particularly Bacon Island, especially Bacon Island, becoming a surface storage or in Delta storage island. And I would like to go through why I believe that. So let's go to a document. Again, these documents can all be found online, either at water.ca.gov if you can figure out how to name the document, or deltarevision.com has all the documents that are being used for this video. In 1949, as part of a Central Valley project, a Delta cross channel was proposed, and just for reference, here's Ryer Island. We talked about that before. Here's Sacramento River, and in this one it shows Sacramento River going right by Ryer Island, and this is the old Sacramento along here, and the San Joaquin River goes down this way, and here's the Consumes and the McCollum, and here is Staten Island. And this shows this cross channel, and there's a Delta cross channel right in here, and it takes the water from the Sacramento River, and when the gates are open it sends the water down south, and that has been that was their plan from way back. The problem is there was an objection to taking that much water out of the Sacramento River, and it would also cause too much flow pressure here, and so they had to really manage that by closing the gates. Well, when the gates are closed, the fresh water doesn't get to the Clifton Court Bay to send it off to other parts of California, so anybody outside Delta prefers to keep those gates open, which causes more water pressure down here. In 1954, the same idea got another name. It was called the High Drainage Area. Same area, Staten Island, flowing down. You see Boudin. Here's Bacon Island, and that's really the focus here is Bacon Island. In 1965, I think most people, even if they weren't born then, by now, because of recent news media, we hear about something called a peripheral canal, and that's where they put a pump on the Sacramento River and take the water and create a above ground canal to take the water around the Delta, so there isn't so much concern about the salinity that's building in this area and about protecting these islands because of the pressure. These documents also talk about continuing to use water flow going down this way, and in 2011 this same concept now is called the dual conveyance. So, but I want to keep going forward. So we all know that in 1982, the whole concept of the peripheral canal came to a vote, and Governor Brown was the governor then, and and we see that there is a resounding no from the state of California. The voters do not want this. They don't want a canal. They don't want to pay for it. They don't want the water be taken out of the Sacramento River, because that would have a huge impact on it, and it's no, big no. However, there are some people who don't understand what no means, and so planning continues to divert water. They go back to kind of more that Central Canal Plan, that the concept from 1949, and Delta cross-channel gates continue to be operated more and more to take more Sacramento River water and send it down this way. And so much so that by the 1990s, the people, it's a corporation that owns Boudin Island, Webb Track, Bacon Island, and Holland Track, and they propose using these two islands for in-delta water storage. And I'm going to go to another series of maps here. And so so here we go. Here's another. This is a 2002. I'm jumping around a little bit. Oh, you see, 2002, the state has taken on the concept, hey, maybe this is not a bad idea, and they're investigating or looking at the concept of this in-delta surface storage, they call it, and so one of them is to use this area of the delta for in-delta storage. So time marches on, and no still isn't no to a lot of different people who want to get the Sacramento River water. And so the David and Lucille Packard Foundation and the Dean Witter Foundation, who are Bay Area, contribute the money for the National Heritage Institute to do a report that impresses upon Cal-Fed people that, hey, we need to work on this, and they propose what they call an environmentally optimal alternative. And that optimal alternative is, once again, it is the utilizing the 1949 concept of going down the center of the delta. And so then what that happens with that is Cal-Fed in 2000, they come up with a record of decision, and it's a lot of the stakeholders involved in that are all people outside the delta, not within the delta. And I have to say, this is the background map is the Cal-Fed map, and this is actually a map that got added to show the different projects, the elements of that preferred alternative that have been being built over the last 10 years in as regional projects or different projects. It's part of the whole plan, but they're counted as little bits and projects. So we've got the intertie that's already built. We've got this pump. It was originally called for Beat Hood. It's called the Freeport Pumps. It's already built. The YOLO bypass, they proposed changing the weirs to make it inundate more, kind of in exchange, make more restoration here to make up for what they're going to mess up on the McCollum. They talk about doing improvements to the McCollum. Yep, that's already happened. What else do they talk about? Staten Island in Delta storage. Okay, so yes, in their modeling, DWR decided, hey, that's not such a bad idea. Use this island for in-delta storage. So the state starts looking at doing purchases, and this is a map from a cell phone. Actually, it's more current. It shows who owns what lands in this area. Here's Staten Island. And Bacon Island and Webb Track and all that are still owned by the big corporation that's proposing those changes. But you can see that Staten Island here, it was purchased by the state of California for $35 million or more in 2003, and the contract specifically says it can be used for in-delta storage, though it's being used for rice farming and stuff, sponsored by Ducks Unlimited and others. But we can see that the state hands it over to the Conservancy Land Trust after paying for it with taxpayer dollars. So here is in-delta storage use of Staten Island as proposed by Cal Water. This is their 2004-2005 report. Shows it right there. So where are we? In 2002, they start really in-depth studies, and I'm going to go on and pull up some more. And it's called, these days it's called the Wetlands Project. And here we go. They've done their EIR, EIS stuff again. And in 2010, they're proposing the same thing over again. You can go to their website and see all their details, but same thing they've been talking about. More surface storage in the delta, and they want to take the water flow. This is, by the way, proposed through Delta Conveyance. And you'll notice that this through Delta 1, this is from 2009 Bay Delta Conservation Plan. Same route. Look at that. Amazing. Same thing as the 1949 route. This is, they call it dual conveyance because they are proposing a tunnel or something over here, but this would be the surface conveyance, and so much of this has already been built that there's no doubt this is what they're doing, has their interim plan. So since everything is so managed and so much of the Delta, here's another more current map. It's an interactive map. If you go to Department of Fish and Game, you can find this, and you can get really great information to see who owns what where. And you can see the state does own this still. And for this matter, and for these reasons, I would say that very good chance we're going to see controlled flooding down the McCormick-Williamson Track area. If we get enough water here. I think they plan to do it in 2012 because there's still levee improvements that need to be done. But we have such a good wet year this year, it could happen here. Definitely it's planned for Bacon Island, and there's a lot of documents that can show that. And I will refer you to more of those documents. You can find them. Go to 2004. That's where most of the documents regarding Bacon Island are located. Please go to the next video.